Howdy folks, Craigster Senior Hot Nuts Diecast. I'm going to show you all the bracket seating for the stock division. 16 teams in the single elimination style bracket. So if you want to pause this, check it out, you can see who you're up against once we get that race started. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get a little introduction in on the modifieds before we do the qualifying. There is the stock time, TQ time laid down by Milestone Racing, the stock division. Looking forward to filling in the mod numbers and see who comes out on top. Hang out with old Craigster, would you? Alright, this will be the order that they run down the track, but for right now we'll just go ahead and do a little intro video. In the number 1 entry, Erkenstein rod from Kitterman Speed Shop. It's weighing in at 54 grams. Truck number 2, it's Ragin' Ricky, Oregon Outcast in his 56 Chevy. It's 79.24. Next up, truck number 3, Dutch Clutch Racing. That Dodge M80 pickup, weighing in at 80.8. And Paradox Racing, Brian in his 04 Ford F-150. That one is weighing in at 80.3. And then another one from the team, Paradox Racing 79 Ford F-150, 79.95. Then the number 6 truck is Old Sarge in that Ford F-150 Lightning, 70.94 grams for him. And in the number 7 position we have Madman Racing, 63 Studebaker, weighing in at 70.04. Next up, we have Sparky Racer and another Studebaker. That one weighing in at 79.26 grams. All right, moving right along here, and truck number 9, we have James Ironbeard in that 19 Chevy Silverado, weighing in at 78.9 grams. And next up is number 10, that's Uncle Elvis Racing. That the Ford F-150, 77.8 grams. Next up, we have Spy Dude in that Rapid Response, weighing in at 79 grams. Next up to him, Stone Ponies in that Ford F-250 with the ladder rack on it there, 79.4 grams. Next up, the 13 truck, that is Lone Wolf Racing, that Mazda Repu. That thing is weighing in at 80.6 grams. Next to him we have DXP Diecast Racing in that Chevy Silverado EV, weighing in at 80.2. Alright, coming up in the 15th position we have Iceman Racing in his Ford F-150, that's weighing in at 78.2 grams. Then next to him, the number 16 truck is 131 Diecast Racing, that 09 Ford F-150, weighing in at 79.9 grams. And number 17 truck, that is Skid Marks Diecast Racing, that's a Maisto Ford Raptor, weighing in at 64.6 grams. Next to him is number 18 Blue Line Racing, and the 09 Ford F-150, weighing in at 80.9. Next up, number 19 is Flips Diecast Racing. That's his Ford F-150, weighing in at 80.45 grams. And then next to him, that's FPD Performance Diecast and a Ford Maverick, weighing in at 80.3 grams. Alright, next up, truck number 21, that is 843 Diecast Racing and a 56 Ford, weighing in at 79.44. Next to him is the 22 truck of Chase Family Racing. It's a Ford F-150, weighing in at 79.62. Then we have in the 23 truck is Sugar Booty Racing. in a Ford Maverick, weighing in at 79.1 grams. And then next to him is Demon Preacher in a 24 truck, weighing in at 64.5 in that Ford F-150 Lightning. All right, next up in the 25 truck, it's Boggs Family Racing, and they've got that Dodge Ram weighing in at 77.65 grams. And then next to them, we've got Ruckus Racing in a Surf Duty. That thing is weighing in at 80.1 grams. And then next up in the 27 truck, it's Arlo Racing. His 09 Ford F-150 weighing in at 80.74. Next to him in the 28 truck is Milestone Racing. He was top qualifier in the stocks. Let's see what he can do in the mods. That Ford F-150 with the camper topper on it. Thing weighing in at 79.36. All right, next up in the truck number 29, Elevation Diecast, his Ford F-150 weighing in at 69.7 grams. Next to him, Bavarian Diecast, and he's got his 09 F-150 weighing in at 79.5. And in the number 31 truck, we've got Hot Rod Customs in that Silverado EV. It's coming in at 73.9. Last but not least, here we go, Craigster Sr. in that 09 F-150 weighing in at 80.7. Well, there's your lineup. Let's run these things and get some qualifying time. All right, first up for qualifying in the modified division, Lightning strikes twice. We got Kitterman Speed Shop and the Erkenstein rod. And 1.499. And I forgot to mention, I went ahead and cleaned the track, obviously between the rounds there of the stock qualifying and this qualifying for the modifieds. And the track temperature is right at 78 degrees here in Florida today. A little bit humid in the garage, but we'll be all right. Kitterman laying down a 1.498. And Kitterman Speed Shop being the first one down, setting TQ 1.498. Okay, next up in the blocks, we've got Ragin' Ricky in that beautiful Chevy pickup truck. 477. All right, Oregon Outcast now back over here in lane 2 with that 56 flat cider. Let's see what else he's got. Yeah, 1.470 flat. And Oregon Outcast Ragin' Ricky resetting TQ with a 1.470. All right, next up qualifying, we have Dutch Clutch Racing in his Dodge M80. See what lane 1 does for him. .476. Okay, Dutch Clutch now and over in lane 2 for a second pass. Let's see what he does. And 1.475 for the second pass. All right, next up we have Brian in his 04 Ford F-150. See what it'll do. Smooth. 1.466. Good job. All right, Brian over in lane 2 now. 1.466 was his first time. Pretty good. And laying down a better 1.458, resetting TQ. And Paradox Racing resetting TQ. Brian did it 1.458. Nice job. All right, next up, this is another entry from Paradox Diecast Racing. Another builder in the ranks, not sure who the name is, but 79 Ford F-150. Let's see what they do. Sounded good. 0.467. All right, swap lanes here. Let's see what the old 79 Ford can do in lane 2. 1.463. Too bad. Next up, we got Old Sarge and his Ford F-150 Lightning. See what lane 1 does for him. 486. All right, Old Sarge now over in lane 2. Let's see what that Lightning can do. 494. Next in the blocks, we've got Madman Racing, Mad Mike and his 63 Studebaker. 1.470. All right, we swapped lanes. Let's see what the old Studebaker can do in lane 2. And a 6.4. All right, next up we've got another 63 Studebaker. This one being driven by Sparky Racer. See what lane 1 will do for him. 489. All right, swap lanes. See what he can do in lane 2. 482, lane 2. All right, next up we got James Ironbeard. That raised old Chevy there, looking good. See how fast he is. Sounding smooth. 1.461. Knocking on it. All right, let's see what that raised Silverado will do in lane 2. Ironbeard Customs. And a 1.470. All right, next up we got Uncle Elvis Racing and his Ford F-150. Lane 1. Let's see what he'll do. 1.484. All right, Uncle Elvis in lane 2. Let's see what he's got on this side. 480. All right, next up we got Spy Dude in the Rapid Response. Love that casting. See how quick this one is. Sounds good. 478. Okay. All right, Rapid Response Spy Dude now in lane 2. Let's see what he'll do. 487. All right, next up we got Stone Ponies in that Ford F-250 with a ladder rack. So we're seeing some, different favoritism of the lanes. Different trucks like different lanes. Even Steven back and forth. 1.466 for Stone Ponies. All right, we put Stone Ponies over in lane 2. I like the skull wheels on the truck too. That's a nice extra touch there. It looks cool. A lot of good looking trucks. And a 1.467. All right, next up we've got Lone Wolf Racing. There's a new sticker that I was gifted there to add to the wall. And his Repu, packing a lot of weight in that little thing. Let's see what he can do. The Ultra Hot wheels. Sounds good. 1.474. All right, swap lanes. Lone Wolf now in lane 2. See what that Repu will do. And 467. All right, next up we got DXP Diecast Racing in that EV Silverado. See what lane 1 will do for him. 1.466. Swap lanes, DXP over here in lane 2. Let's see what he'll do. Boy, that thing sounds smooth. 1.460. It's got them FTEs. All right, next up we've got Iceman Racing in that Ford F-150. It's a newer model. It's got them skinny wheels there, the wagon wheels on it. See how fast he goes down lane 1. 1.475. All right, 1.475 in lane 1. Let's see what it is in lane 2. And a 6.4 in lane 2. Nice. Next in the blocks, we've got 131 Diecast Racing in lane 1. Let's see what he'll do. Ford F-150. Nice run. 1.479. And 131 Diecast now in lane 2. .469 in lane 2. All right, next up we've got skid marks in his Maisto Ford Raptor. See what lane 1 will do for him. 1.540. All right, swap lanes here. Let's see what this Maisto does in lane 2. 5.5. All right, well, it's been a minute since anybody's reset TQ, but I got a feeling that's fixing to change. One of the best in the business right here, Blue Line Racing. Oh, smooth. 1.451. Looky there. All right, we've swapped lanes here. I got a feeling this truck's just getting warmed up. There we go. Look at that. 1.448. So resetting TQ in the modified division, Blue Line Racing with a 1.448, which also happens to be the current track record, which was set down by Flips Diecast Racing in his 2010 Camaro 70-gram car. So congrats for tying the track record. Let's see if we can do any better during the races. All right, so TQ just reset by Blue Line Racing at a 1.448. It's gonna be a tall order to break that record, but if anybody can do it, this is one of them. There's several guys coming up here that have potential. Let's see what Keith Filipiak can do here. Flips Diecast Racing. All right, Flip laying down a 1.449 in lane 1. Let's see what lane 2 brings him. And 1.448. Tying it up. And duly noted here, added to the leaderboard for TQ, Flips Racing and Blue Line Racing, now tied for TQ with a 1.448, also tying the track record. All right, next up we've got another one of the Flip boys. This is Thomas, Flips Performance Diecast, FTD Performance Diecast, lane 1. Sounding good. 459. All right, FTD Performance Diecast now in lane 2. Maverick. Oh yeah, 1.456. Not too shabby. All right, there's another South Carolina boy here, 843 Diecast. Let's see what he's got in lane 1. 469. All right, we got 843 now in lane 2. The 6.6. Next in the blocks, we've got Chase Family Racing and their Goodyear F-150. Let's see what lane 1 brings. 462. All right, Chase Family now in lane 2. Let's see what kind of time they get over here. 6.3, pretty consistent. Well, next up we got Ray Sugar and this here Maverick. Let's see what he's got to do in lane 1. .466. All right, Sugar Booty racing now in lane 2. Let's see what that brings for him. Yeah, 1.463. Next up in the blocks, we have Demon Preacher in his Ford F-150 Lightning. Let's see what he does. All right, we've got Demon Preacher back over here in lane 2 now. Let's see what he can do there. Better. 503. All right, next up we've got Boggs Family Racing and their Dodge Ram with a camper topper on it. Let's see how they do. All right, lane swappage with that there Dodge Ram. Let's see what Boggs can do in lane 2. All right, next up in modified qualifying for Lightning Strikes Twice is Ruckus Racing in his Surf Duty. All right, Surf Duty gonna cause a ruckus over here in lane 2 now. All right, next up we have Arlo Racing in lane 1. Let's see what kind of time we can put down. .463. All right, Arlo Racing now in lane 2. Let's see what kind of time he can put down over here. There we go, 1.459. All right, next up we've got Milestone Racing in his old Ford there, 79 Ford. Miller design on the side of it. Let's see what he'll do in lane 2. .464. All right, Milestone here now in lane 2. .62, not bad. Next up, we've got Dad with Elevation Diecast Racing now in lane 1. His F-150. Let's see what he does. .64. Elevation now in lane 2. Let's see what that F-150 will do. .63. All right, next up we have Bavarian Diecast Racing, Marcus and his Ford F-150. Let's see what he can do in lane 1. .63. All right, laying down a 1.463. See what he can do in lane 2. Bavarian Bomber. And a 4.57. Looky there. Nice time. Okay, next up here in qualifying is Hot Rod Customs. Let's see what he can do in that EV there. .470. Swap lanes. Hot Rod Customs now in lane 2. And last up, old Craigster Sr. in his F-150 Hot Nuts Diecast. Let's see what lane 1 will bring us. don't think I got much for the leaders, but I'm gonna give her one more shot in lane 2. We'll see what we can do. 4, 5, 6, not too shabby. And once again, congratulations to both Flips Racing and Blue Line Racing for tying and setting TQ with a 1.448. Also tying the track record here at Hot Nuts Diecast Racing. It's going to be interesting to see the race and see if they can improve on those times, or if anybody else can come out of the crowd and challenge them. It's going to be a battle and a half. We'll get this bracket sorted out. I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the bracket sorted out, but in the meantime, I wanted to just say a big thank you to the Diecast guys for sending me a really cool truck. This is the official pace truck of Lightning Strikes Twice. Thank you, fellas. And once again, I'll go ahead and give you a little bit better of a view of the times again for the stock ranks. And here is the bracket seating, the way it's shook out. Again, this will be a single elimination. Working our way through the bracket until we come up with a winner. You'll score 1 point each round you advance. Everybody starts with 1 point. You advance to the next round, you'll end up with 2. Third round, you'll end up with 3. 4, you'll end up with 5, winner, etc. So, here is the modified division. All the times recorded, painstakingly written down, calculated, crunched, and here is our bracket seating for the modified race. Slow it down, take a picture, screenshot. Trying to hold the camera still as I can, get a good picture for you. But there we are, and we'll get to racing these bad units here real soon. All right, and that'll wrap up our qualifying for the modified division, Lightning Strikes Twice. Get this posted for y'all to check out, and we'll start racing here in the next day or so. Get those stocks rolling. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Got some new stickers. Pretty cool stuff. Appreciate everybody sending stuff along for me. Gift cards, everything. Much appreciated. Thanks for hanging out. For right now, Craigster Sr. checking out.